it's like them before and after pictures that everyone likes to use to advertise. But the thing is, I was all ripped before all that, so it's like you'd have to show like ripped to no muscle to fat to muscle again, because it's not really like coming from nothing. I was an athlete my whole life.
I guess I had this ulcerative colitis brewing for a long time. I get like a constant bloating, some inflammation. All that just got worse and worse over the years, almost to the point where I had it in the back of my mind that it's like, oh, I don't know if I could do fitness like for much longer. I was in so much, my stomach was hurting so much, and I just could barely get up or leave the house or anything. You know, they told me, which is scary, this, like, you got to take this medicine. If this medicine happens to stop working for whatever reason, you know, sometimes you get used to it. It just doesn't work anymore. The next step is infusions every other week. And then the next step after that, if that doesn't work for you, we have to do, what is it, like the bag they put in you? What do they call that thing
again? Is it colostomy bag?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, so that would be sort of the last step.
Yeah. So you went from, so like, you know, I've come across lots of like anecdotes of people that have, you know, cured loads of different things from eating like a meat diet. But
yeah,
what I'm always curious about is how they went from kind of consulting conventional doctors and, using kind of like pharmaceuticals and all of that, to go from that to then figuring out that it's meat that you need to eat.
From my brother, he was eating like this for longer. He's been doing it for years, and we all grew up like big UFC fans. You know, I competed in kickboxing and submission wrestling. You know, I trained at Renzo Gracie's in New York and all that. So we used to watch UFC all the time. And when George St. Pierre retired, he was, you know, pound for pound the best fighter, you know, the UFC champ. And he had ulcerative colitis, and he was just in a ton of pain as soon as he retired. You know, that it kicked in, and he started eating like that. So my brother was doing it. George St. Pierre, it helped him. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna give it a shot. My normal was 180 or so. I lost 20 pounds from being bedridden, and I have like a picture of that. I lost all my muscles, you know, probably for the first time ever. I just had no muscles. That type of issue goes into remission, and you could feel like totally normal. And then when I was able to start eating again, I went overboard. I ate so much, everything, like all the stuff that I like, and I shot from 160 up to 193, and I never weighed either of those as an adult. You know, that was way too low, way too high. Normally I'm like 180, and then when I started doing the carnivore, I went from 193 down to 165, and 165 just ripped and as healthy as I could possibly be. About 3 months in, I started feeling a bit better. I stopped all the medicines that I was taking. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I was doing like kind of a bootleg version of it and just trying to do what I could, which was actually a good thing, because I've had some people start to do this and they say they end up with a few different issues because they try to change it immediately. So yeah, you don't want to jump into eating like this immediately. Like, you got to get used to certain things. And they can't find anything wrong with me. So there's like no inflammation, no ulcers, no polyps. Like, yeah, they said that I look like I don't have anything, which is crazy, because they all gave me different, actually similar advice, but you know, some of them said that this diet doesn't affect this, like it has nothing to do with that, it's genetic. And then some say that you could look at this kind of food map of certain things I can eat. All of them said to eat like 6 small meals a day. Even the ones that said like diet wouldn't affect it, they're like, but you could try this. And it's all the opposite of what I'm doing. So it's interesting.